Hi there. Today, going to be watching Season 1, Episode 3 of FX's Shōgun. This episode is called Tomorrow is Tomorrow. Last episode, a lot of stuff happened, and I didn't talk all that much. It was a lot of information being kind of thrown at you. So it was a good watch just to kind of absorb stuff, so I didn't talk that much. So who knows if Episode 2 will get its own episode or if it'll be bunched in with Episode 3. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm just trying to basically get caught up on this show. So I'm kind of like trying to power through them right now. We'll see how long before I either get bored of it or, it's the end of the day. So we got episode 3 here. Last episode, they spoke with Blackthorn, who is the Englishman. Toranaga spoke with him using what is her name? Mariko, as the interpreter with the, I think it was like Priest Martin, Brother Martin, something like that. And they had a whole conversation. The priest was the one translating for them, but she speaks Portuguese, so she's able to understand what they're saying. So that way they can kind of know if like the priest is telling the truth or not. The priest did say what, Blackthorn said. He's kind of handcuffed too. He had to, or else like she would know he was lying. And then that was the majority of the episode, like just Blackthorn like kind of meeting with Toranaga. And then later on, Toranaga, along with the prince, I don't got the prince's name down just yet, but the heir, while he was present, had a private conversation without the monk or any Portuguese there and whatnot. And Blackthorn like drew him like a map in the sand of like, okay, this is the actual world that you guys don't know of, and that the Spanish and Portuguese kind of keep you a secret. They split like the world that they know into kind of two halves. Spain gets one half, Portugal gets the other half. So, and he basically said Portugal wants to take over your country, wants to make like bring their Catholic beliefs, Catholicism and whatnot, and basically take over, like put Catholic people in positions of power to take over the countries, essentially. The rule was like you get to take over any non-Catholic like country is yours to take. So, and that's what Portugal has been doing quietly, like without like trying to like not full scale war, trying to like overthrow like peacefully, secretively the country, essentially. And he has the backing of I don't know his name, but it was the red regent of the council, the one who wears the red. He is like a Christian. He's a Catholic. Sorry, Catholic and Protestant. He is a Catholic who is only really a Catholic for greed. Then there's the other one. I forget his name, but he's the one who was scarred by leprosy. And I guess the church saved him, so he's actually devout. Then there's one other guy that I don't really know of that much of yet. It's interesting to see kind of where they're going from here, because Blackthorn like wants to destroy, not destroy, but he wants to like his people are at war with the Portuguese and Spanish pretty much, and he's trying to like I almost forgot. There's the hidden bases of the Portuguese that are like supplied by like Ronin and shit, like hidden throughout that like people don't know of. Or at least there are people that probably know, but they're the ones who are in the pocketbook of these people, So, Blackthorn's kind of banking on that I will win, like that mentality like I said, he had the cocky like English, mentality of like, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. No shit. Awesome. We'll get it done. So it's exciting to see kind of where we go with him from there. I really want to hear him speak like Japanese, because with his accent, it's got to sound absurd. We'll see. So yeah, that's all I really got. Ready to start this next episode. So let me get into it. I do it without the 5-second Hulu thing that they make you do, like where it's like a 5 seconds. I wait till after that and then I pause it. Make sure I'm recording. All right, so I guess we're ready. Season 1, Episode 3, Tomorrow is Tomorrow. Yeah, so I think this guy's like, he's playing two sides. We'll see how that turns out. I think Toranaga knows that. What is that called? What is their is it kanji? Or is kanji food? For some reason I think kanji is like some sort of seafood. Is he calling him out? Is that why he wrote a will? Because he knows? I thought I saw this guy. These little birdies. What does he want? Yeah, it's like a, I don't know what kind of gardens they're called, but it's a type of like garden meditative thing, I think. With the sand and stuff, like you can get little ones for like offices and stuff. This is Japanese Game of Thrones. Instead of the War of the Roses, it's based on Civil War in the 1600s in Japan. Did I say Japan or did I say Chinese? I think I said Japanese. For some reason I'm like second guessing myself that I said the wrong ethnicity. Ugh. Like I can't wait for the actual war itself, like the battles. But I don't want that because I know people are gonna die that I might like. Oh, does her and him get together? Not. I thought maybe the other, or maybe she does. I don't know. Who are they making sure that they're not taking? It feels like they're doing that to be like. They're sneaking out. They're sneaking someone out. She faked the pains to sneak him out. Nice. I didn't get it for a second there, but after a second I got it. They switched them. Nice. Well, I couldn't tell who that was. Was that I keep forgetting how to say his name, like how the spelling is of it. But Yoshi. Is that our boy Yoshi? I'm just gonna call him Yoshi. No disrespect to my guy. Yoshi's like one of the goats in Mario, okay? Another inspection. He just risked his life to fucking help your lord. Don't talk shit to him. What did he just do? More than any of you guys. If he didn't do that, you all might be dead right now. If he is in there. I think he is. But how are you going to blame? Maybe they don't know that they switched him out.
My daughter Elizabeth.
And what are they like?
Don't know.
Get down! Fast!
Now they'll fight harder.
下には指導様の手の者もおりまする。
ならば、痛い人と共に死ぬまで。
This is gonna be a spark. Because they're attacking Ishido's men too. Is that our boy Yoshi? Heretic. I love that they call him Heretic. I don't know why, but it gives me like Halo vibes. Heretic.
Come on, to the galley while we still have the chance.
Show's pretty intense though. I don't know why you'd have lights. Cause I think you'd not want them. He's a warrior. He's kicking ass. Or is no one coming down to get him? That's where the Civ bonus comes from. Even at its lowest strength, they still attack as if they were full power. Even when the lowest health, they still attack as if they were full health, full power. That's where Civ gets it. Oh, we couldn't swim? I think he didn't die. They didn't show it.
Toranaga はずっとキャツらに同行しておったようでござりまする。ヤブシが我らを裏切りました。
And now they think he betrayed them.
But they can't sink her.
黒船に近寄れと申しておりまする。
黒船に向かって進むのじゃ。
Because he's a pilot.
If you leave without clearance, you'll ruin any chance we have left at diplomacy.
And they're going to think they're working with the Portuguese.
The black ship will bring us out of Osaka. But you must stay. I'm sorry.
I think Toranaga has trickery. Toranaga has trickery. He's a tricky fuck.
Fuck this. Captain Sama, sound the drums. How fast can that bitch go, Rodriguez? You black-eyed son of a shit-fested whore! Your lips are the devil's arse! They're on your mother's first! Son of a bitch.
He's not mad. He's surviving.
5 points it is.
He's going to go right behind him. And the waves will make it so these guys can't get there. He's going to use him to push the people out of the way. Sink me or let me pass.
Captain Zama! What the hell are you doing? You're giving him the edge! You already had it.
Pilot.
Well done, you glorious bastard! Yeah! Well done, you glorious bastard! Well done!
That's a debt repaid. God be with you. You'll need him.
They won't get through. Appears they did so. They don't have any other boats that could have like started to go after him or anything. I feel like Osaka would have more.
マリコ殿、船長に船を動かしてくれた礼を申してくれ。
大老様方、虎長様より遺憾ながら一身上の都合にて大老職を辞すると決めたよし、皆様方にお伝えせよと申し使ってまいりました。誠に申し訳のないことと存じ上げたとです。さりながら確か太閤殿下は評決は5人の大老において決すべしとお定めになったはず。今は4人様しかおいでになりませんが。
Got him. You guys have to appoint a new one.
Good morning.
Hey, she's single.
Good morning.
長門と共に学び、万人の戦から学ぶべきことがあるのなら、すべて取り入れてくれ。
承知しました。
さて、安人もこれより家臣としてわしに仕えるのであるから、いつまでも万人扱いするわけにもいくまい。よって安人を旗本に任せる。
旗本。
He has made you Hatamoto, which is a very great honor.
Oh. かたじけない、虎長様。
Best buds.
参るぞ。はい。
This show is so good, man. Even the mundane shit, like this shit's so good. Like I'm half expecting like an Arnold fuck. Oh, it's already over. I'm half expecting like an Arnold fucking what's his name Apollo Creed. Oh, he just passed away not too long ago. Oh my god, Carl Weathers like, ugh, you know. This show is so good, man. This show is so good. Okay, so they got out of there. So they got out of Osaka and they're heading for Oda. Well, Toranaga is heading for Oda, and Blackthorn and Mariko are going to that what was the first episode called? Oh no, Anjin's his name. To the fishing village. I forget the name of the fishing village, but they're going to that fishing village. Where they started, and he says he wants his men and his ship back. So I bet you he teaches them how to sail those ships. He teaches them how to, like, you know, more Western fighting styles to, like, mix in with the Eastern style they have. He's already kind of teaching Toranaga how to dive. Do you know how to dive? Or is it, like, a Western way of diving versus, like, you know, the Japanese just jump in and cannonball, you know? So, yeah. Blackthorn's a badass fucking pilot. You know, fucking rocking the fucking, you know, skirting past them with like manpower versus, you know, giant, you know, caravel or whatever. I don't know what the type of ship it was. It's probably a caravel or Harvard caravel or something like that. But yeah, we're still like no real action yet. Well, there was some action in this episode, and honestly, it was nice. Like it was a nice little touch, like the fighting. So I'm excited to see actual like extended like fights or battles later, like when we actually get to the war. Because that was a nice little taste there in the forest. You know, and even with I forget his name, but Mariko's husband passing away, like, you know, the fight scenes get some pretty decent choreo, you know, and we'll take that. We'll take all the good choreo we can get, especially like with samurai sword, you know, samurais and katanas and samurai swords and shit, you know. But yeah, so survived assassination. Toranaga got out of there because he's a trickster a little bit. And seems like Toranaga and Blackthorn are going to have some sort of alliance. He made him a vassal. He made him a Hatamoto. I think he said Hatamoto. He made him a Hatamoto. So take that. I'm not really certain what that title means, but he made him a vassal. You know, and it's an honor. He's a foreigner who's a vassal. I don't know how common. I assume that's not that common back then, a foreigner being a vassal of a state in Japan. You know, and there's already some discourse too between Ichiro and the like other regents on the council, because they need 5 of them to do a vote, and because they have 4, they can't vote yet. They have to elect a 5th. But the fucking Christians, Ichiro and whoever that 4th person are, I bet you they're gonna start butting heads, you know, because Ichiro kind of called them out, saying like, hey, like, you can't just blatantly just attack people. And like, it was like, oh yeah, bandits have become a real problem. Like, motherfucker, they were wearing your colors and you were there. You know? So, oh wow, yeah. Already a third of the way through season 1 that's out so far. So, trying to catch up is all we're trying to do. Alright, well. Yes, and he's going to train a regiment. I was about to say I'm done there, but I'm even thinking more. It's like I'm thinking about it. So he's going to train a regiment in Western fighting style. So, and honestly, like, granted, he doesn't have, like, trained, you know, probably actual training, but he knows enough, I'd assume, that he can help them. So we'll see how the actual training regiment kind of goes. We'll have to see how that actually goes, because that's more guns, you know, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be more British fighting style from back then. Like, you know, think like this is leading up into, like, this is like, you know, 170 years, or, you know, 160, 50, 60, 70 years before the American Revolution. You know, in 1776, that's when the U.S. got the independence. So, like, this takes place in the 1600s, you know, 1600 or so. So, you know, we're 176 years from, like, the Continental Army of Britain being defeated by, you know, the Yankees of America. So, like, we're still, like, at muskets, you know. So it's honestly the same kind of fighting style, like Napoleonic fighting style even. You know, with regiments, like, you know, lining up, you know, firing and volleys, you know, and shit. So let's see. I wonder how, like, it's not like probably the greatest armor, just like a knight, but like I wonder how those samurai armor that's against like bullets, you know, because essentially these guns are like, yes, they are bullets, you know, they are guns, but it's not like what you think of a gun nowadays. It's like a pellet, you know, that's being shot out, not necessarily like a bullet, and then, you know, you got the cap of the bullet, and then there's the, you know, it's same idea, but like it's much more deadly nowadays. Which back then it was like a little thing, and like if you get hit in the arm, like you could survive that. Like a pistol nowadays, that's going to cause some damage even if it is in your arm. And like the reload times and stuff too. Wonder how that'll go. Like, and I assume they probably wouldn't have bayonets because they have katanas. You know, they'd probably switch to a katana in close quarter combat because that's, you know, what they're trained on. So yeah, we'll have to see kind of where it goes from here. Next episode is called The Eightfold Fence. Eightfold. Alright, I think that's about it. Said enough, I think. Good episode. Yeah. Hope you have a good one. Peace.